Bit of dusting. Take care of that. Oh, hello. How did you get in here? Just came in through the back door? Did you come in through those big doors? Huh. Well, lovely to meet you. It's not usual that people can get in here without some sort of magical enhancement. I don't sense anything coming off of you. May I ask how you found us? On your mother's side. I see, I see. Well, we are so happy to have you here with us today. And, are you looking for anything particular while you're here? Okay. Excellent. Well, we have a number of items that I would be happy to show you. Let's see. Let's clear this off. Let me just get these out of the way. And this here as well. Okay. Oh, pardon me. I'm just going to take a sip of tea if you don't mind. Would you like a cup? Excellent. We'll go get you one. Now, while we're waiting on that, we can get started. So, is there any particular type of magical item that you're looking for? Anything. Okay. Well, I will start off with something quite simple. Let's see. Here are two of our most popular items. They are very simple household items. As you can see, they're just simple clay jars. Now, the thing about these jars is that they are magically enhanced so that they never run out of whatever you put inside of them. Now you can put oil, sugar, salt, pepper, anything like that. They are limited by what fits inside of them though. And as you can see, they are quite small. So their use is somewhat limited, I guess you would say. However, like I said, they are our most popular item just because they are helpful for daily tasks. You can also put all kinds of herbs and even some stones that you use for different spells and things like that. They can go in here as well. I would not recommend trying to put gold in here or coins. We have had a number of customers do that, and generally it seems to kind of degrade the magical enhancement that's around. Only more natural items like herbs and baking ingredients and things like that, foodstuffs, more natural items seem to help these to last longer. So that's something that's quite practical, quite useful. So that's our first item. Excuse me. Now let's see. Here is quite a fascinating piece. Now this, as you can see, is a triangle. Well, a pyramid with 4 sides. And the interesting thing about this little object is that when you hold this in your hand and say an incantation that will be provided to you upon purchase, this little object will actually change the temperature around you depending on which side you turn it to. As you can see, like I said, there are 4 sides representing summer, winter, fall, and spring. Depending on which side you turn it to while saying the incantation, the temperature will change around you to make you comfortable. Again, very, very useful. And again, one of our best sellers as well. Just simple, practical. Now, this will not change the temperature for other people or the world around you, as that could throw things out of balance with nature. It's just going to be the temperature that you yourself feel. Alright, next item. Let me see. Not that one. Oh, you like my rings? Oh, okay. We do actually have a number of items, jewelry items that can be enchanted or have been enchanted. I'll show you a couple of those very quickly. So, let me find those. Ah, here's an interesting little piece. This here, as you can see, is an urn. Yes, it's a miniature urn. This comes all the way from Egypt, and it can actually be used quite similarly to the 2 blue jars I showed you earlier. Whatever you have inside of this, you can pour out, and it will be quite a bit more than what's actually inside. The supply will never run out. You can change out what's inside, and then once you pour out, it will provide quite a large amount of whatever is inside the item. So this is quite helpful actually, and you can put it on a chain around your neck and use it for quite a large variety of things. It does almost anything. I'm trying to think if this one... No, I don't think this one has ever been used for more nefarious purposes, and it generally doesn't come with kind of any danger factor. But this one is actually less limited than the jars, although it is smaller. You can put absolutely anything inside of it, and it will multiply an endless supply. It's also quite interesting to look at. So that is the next piece. Let me find something else for you. Let me see. Ah, here's a good one. Just in one moment, let me grab this. Now, this one, as you can see, comes in its own box. It does have to be kept in this box when not in use, so that the magical properties can recharge when the item is not being used. Although I will say you don't have to recharge it very often. It does hold on to those magical properties for quite some time. Just pull it out. So as you can see, it is a necklace. Quite beautiful. It is engraved and detailed, and it is encased in amber, a very pale amber. Now this little item is a bit more expensive than the others because it will actually take you anywhere you want to go. all you have to do is hold this item in your hand, clasp it close to your heart, and speak an incantation that again will be provided to you upon purchase. And this will take you anywhere that you want to go. It will even take you into other realms. Now, as I said, this is quite a bit more expensive than the other items, but if you're looking for something that comes with a bit more oomph, then this might be a good item for you, as it is quite valuable and versatile. So as I said, it can take you anywhere you want to go. You just speak your incantation, hold it in your hand, and imagine or speak the place that you would like to be. Very interesting. We have sold several of these, although the price is somewhat prohibitive, but we have sold quite a number of these. I do have to warn you that it comes with restrictions. You are not allowed to kind of just pop up anywhere. You have to make sure that you're popping up in an inconspicuous place. We don't want people just appearing and disappearing willy-nilly. And of course the magical conference would not be happy with us if we sold something that made our particular skills too obvious. So that is a very interesting piece, if I do say so myself. Now let me see. No, not that one. One of my favorites is this glass jar. Now, as you can see, it is very heavily magicked. It's got quite a thick encasing. I'm sure you can feel it as well. This is similar to the two jars I showed you before. It will pour out whatever you want. Similar to the necklace as well. Although with this you are not limited on any particular type of thing, and you do not put anything inside. You just think of what you would like to create and tip over your jar, and out it comes. An activation spell must be spoken. There are some regulations on this and some background investigations that you have to pass. We once had a particular witch buy this from us, and we found out later that she was using it to make candy, to trick children, which is definitely not allowed. We do not recommend that kind of behavior or condone it. She was making, I believe, of all things, Turkish delight, which is disgusting. But in any event, I suppose the particular child she was trying to trick liked Turkish delight, and it worked. So we have some very strict policies about this item, and we don't just sell it to anyone. We have to be quite careful with this. Oh, you'd like me to set this one aside? Certainly, certainly. Alright, will do. I'll put this over here for you. Now, let me see. Now, as you said, you were interested in jewelry. I will show you a ring here that is quite useful again. If you wear this ring, as you can see, I will interrupt myself, I'm sorry. Let me back up a little bit. As you can see, it is very ornate. and kind of natural looking. It looks like it's been put together by branches, little twigs, and then of course it has the green stones that kind of add to that element of nature. That's because this little item, when worn, and when worn on your finger, you have to wear it on the left hand pointer finger, by the way. When you wear it on that finger and speak a particular incantation, you can grow absolutely anything. Anything at all. So, quite an interesting object again. Quite useful and quite popular, to be honest. As witches, we use quite a lot of herbs and natural products, quite a lot of growing things, so things like this are extremely handy. The growth is instantaneous. You can grow as much or as little as you'd like, and it will last a lifetime. It comes with a lifetime guarantee. It doesn't have to be re-magicked or anything like that. It will just let you grow whatever you want for as long as you want. So again, quite a useful item and quite attractive in my opinion as well. The gold is very pretty. But yes, so let's see. I've shown you that. Let me ask you something. Again, another jewelry piece. Now let me just ask you, can you see the writing on the back? Fascinating. Can you read it? My. Well, then you would be eligible to purchase this item. This is a warrior medallion. When you wear this, you will be completely undefeatable. You will be stronger than anyone else, faster than anyone else, and more skilled than anyone else. You will also have a greater awareness of your surroundings and, as I said, be able to move with lightning speed. So this is quite an interesting piece, especially because only certain individuals will be able to use it. Those individuals who are able to see and understand the writing on the back of the medallion. And of course, the medallion chooses the individuals. So this one doesn't come with any kind of restrictions or background checks, as the medallion generally has very good judgment. So, very interesting item that is unusual. Quite often our pieces don't include physical enhancements, but as I said, this one will certainly give you physical strength, speed, agility, and talent. As you seem to like the jewelry pieces, I'll show you yet another jewelry piece. This is another ring that we have. This one's quite interesting. It is similar to the necklace that I showed you with the tree inside the amber, but this one will take you a certain, or rather to specific places. The options are fewer, and it's going to be 3 preset places. Now you can change the locations you'd like to go to, but it's only 3 at a time. So with this ring, you wear it on any finger you like. You would speak the incantation that we would provide upon purchase, and then you would press down on one of the stones to go to your selected location. quite a fascinating item. This one is made by quite a different type of creator, as you can see from the other items I've shown you. It is much more simple, but some might say actually quite a bit more beautiful as well. Yes, I know, me too. So this is a high quality, excellent piece. This one again does come with a lifetime guarantee. The magic in it does not need to be recharged or replenished at any time. Very useful and very helpful. Again though, you do have to be careful when using items like this that you don't pop up in the middle of a crowd, or, well, actually a crowd is acceptable, but just don't pop up in a place that would draw attention to you or would make people notice that you did just appear out of nowhere. I'm going to take another sip of tea. Sorry, just one moment. How are you liking your tea? Excellent, excellent, good. Yes, it's our own creation. Yes, you feel very zen. Excellent, good. That's the purpose of that tea. Now I will show you another item. So this is another jewelry item. It is a necklace. As you can see, it is a mini kaleidoscope. But let me tell you, when you speak a particular incantation and spin this little kaleidoscope, you can see anything or anyone. This is like a scrying tool, but much easier to use, much faster, and oh, you've heard of these before? Yes, they are quite popular. As you can see, the difference with this one is that it is quite attractive, and it is one of the smaller versions. It's updated so that the clarity of what you see is very sharp. You can also record what you see, yeah, so this is a much more progressive version of the mobile scrying tools that people are using nowadays. And like I said, it's quite attractive as well. Okay, so that is some of our most popular jewelry items. Now these are, I do have a few items here to show you that are quite intriguing as well. This is a box, hand painted. As you can see, it does include a picture from a fairy tale. The detail on it is just incredible. The fascinating thing about this box that makes it quite popular but also quite pricey is that with a particular incantation, you can go into the story that is depicted on the front of this box. You can step straight into this story. And where it goes from there is entirely up to you. I wouldn't recommend spending more than a year at a time. We have had individuals who have gone into the story and simply not returned because they preferred it to to everyday life, I suppose. They made it into something that they liked. However, I would not recommend that. You do always want to be able to return to your regular life and kind of ground yourself in reality, at least for a time before you go back in. But as you can see, there are many different elements that you can choose from. Of course, here is a prince and a princess. She does have wings. I had a friend who bought this box and used those wings to actually become a warrior rather than a princess. So you can do whatever you want. Now, if you do pair it up with one of our jewelry items, it also creates some interesting interactions, interesting storylines. You can go into this land and become a warrior. You can grow things, all kinds of interesting things that you can do. Also, you can see a ship, so there's plenty of opportunities for adventure, exploration, romance, all kinds of things. You can make the story whatever you want to make it. And it is for men as well as women. It is a gender neutral story. You can make it whatever you want to make it. Yes, it is a fascinating item. You want me to set this one aside? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, I'll put this one over here for you. Now, something quite similar. So this is the other box that we have for sale here. These boxes, as you can imagine, are some of our best sellers because it's always fun to step into other people's lives, to experience some adventure and exploration that you might not otherwise get to experience in the real world. This is a different story. Each box does come with a synopsis that you can go through of the particular story involved with that box. They all have personalized incantations so that your box can never be tampered with or used by anyone else. Now I will say, of course, time stops for you in the real world when you enter the adventure stories contained in the boxes. However, if you do experience an injury or something like that, those can quite often be carried with you into the real world, so you do want to be careful. You don't want to get too carried away with your storyline. Although, while you will not age, that's another thing that many people find appealing. You will not age while you're in the box, while you're in your story, and then you will just return to the world at the exact time that you were, that you entered the box. So yes, so you don't have to worry about syncing up timelines with other people, letting them know that you'll be gone for a month or two, because life will resume for you in just the same way as it did when you went into your box. Yes, so this storyline is a little bit different. As you can see, this one begins, at least, depending on where you want it to go, but begins at least with kind of a wintry element in the forests. And you can decide who she is. So yes, again, these are some of our best sellers. Fascinating items. Now, we do have a new, improved version of these boxes as well. Let me just put that over here, so I will show you this fascinating new version. Now, as you could probably tell, those boxes came from Ukraine. They do make similar boxes in Russia, and because of that, it follows that they would improve and make a whole new version. So this works similarly to the boxes. It contains the storyline, it contains kind of a fantasy novel within it. Sorry, I'm going to get some more tea really fast. But, of course, the difference with this doll versus the boxes is that it contains multiple storylines. So let me show you. So here is the next storyline, and again you will be given kind of a synopsis of all of the storylines when you purchase. Let me just straighten that, sorry, that drives me crazy. When you purchase the item, so you'll know exactly what elements are involved in each story, where you're going, and what you would like to be doing, and whether that story fits your current mood as well, of course. Let me show you the next. So here is the other storyline. Now I will tell you, this one is one of my favorites, my personal favorites. It involves quite an interesting adventure, and, well, there's the ship you can see, but this is one of my favorite of the storylines that you can choose from, and it's quite beautiful, just like the others. The detail on all of these is quite extraordinary, and really, really well done. So let me put this one there. Some of these have gotten out of line, I see. So here's the next. She's very cute, isn't she? This story is kind of a tale about beauty, about inner strength, but you can, again, shape it and influence it in any way you'd like. Some of these stories, I have to admit, are slightly more tailored to women, but you can make them whatever you want them to be when you enter the world. This is a good one too. I like this one. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me show you this one so you can see what it looks like. Oh, this is one of my absolute favorites. It is definitely heavy on the adventure side. There's quite a bit of, you might say, swashbuckling opportunities. This is just a fantastic storyline. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. Let me just turn her around. Now this one again is, I would say it has thematic elements of transformation, as well as inner strength, and kind of those unseen qualities of a person that make them who they are, and make them valuable human beings. So it's a very interesting story. Again, you can do with it what you will. You can change it and make it into anything you want, but definitely involves elements of transformation. I will say, if you like to be in the water, that might be a good story for you. Now we're getting towards the end. This is a good story as well. You can see there's a little hut here. This one is a little bit more open-ended than some of the others. Generally it starts with very humble beginnings, but you can make it whatever you want to make it. Quite a lot of opportunities in this one, again for adventure, for change, for whatever you're looking for at that time. And the next is this one. Let's turn around again. This one is also kind of more of a basic type of story. Just general, as you can see, you just have some trees here. So this one's kind of a simple story, but again, you can do with it what you will. Now this one, let me put this together here. There we go. Excellent, excellent. Now this one is the final story contained. This one, again, I have to say is one of my favorites. Yeah, just really great story in this one. I would recommend trying them all out if you purchase this item. You can have a lot of fun just exploring the different worlds, the different themes, and you can make them what you want. They are also, you can pause them. You can also refresh them so that they start into something new and you can remake the world that you made before. But as I said, you can pause and re-enter as well. So you don't have to worry about using them sequentially or anything like that. But now let's see, yes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 stories in essentially one. And you can just do with it what you will. Now the price is a little bit more than the boxes I showed you because there are 10 stories involved here. They are, now the way that you use these little dolls is no different than the boxes. You would speak your incantation, open the doll up, and inside the story you would go. As I said, if you would like to exit the story at any time, your personal incantation for entry and exit will be provided to you upon purchase of the item. And you can pause the storyline or refresh it as you would like. But quite honestly, the possibilities are absolutely endless with this. Let me put her here. And also it's quite a just interesting piece. Very pretty too. The dolls are well painted and really quite beautiful in my opinion. They are also made with cedar wood, so they smell incredible, as you can tell. There we are. So that's that. This is one of our new items, and I can tell you right now that it will be incredibly popular. This is probably going to just fly off our shelves. So if you like this one, I would grab it up now. Let me see what else we have. Now I don't know whether you do a lot of spells or not, but these enhancement tools are very popular. They come in sets of 3. They have to always be laid out in kind of a triangle shape, as you see here. You can put different things inside of them or leave them empty, but they will enhance your spells and add certain elements if you do put things inside as well. They're kind of a reflector enhancing tool that will just kind of bounce back the spell and give it a little bit more oomph. So these are very practical tools as well, very easy to use. Yes, exactly. So you can use them for absolutely anything. They're very versatile, very useful, and very attractive. They have the metallic gold finish on the inside and the simple clay outside. And these are actually very low priced. So if you wanted to just get them for you or someone else as kind of a simple little gift, this might be a good option. Now let me see. Here we are. We have this stone here. Our stones are all imbued with different magical effects. It doesn't matter what type of stone they all do different things. This one here is very calming, and it will instantly relax you, instantly bring down your blood pressure, make you feel a sense of serenity and perfect peace. So if you're ever stressed out, you can just hold this in your hand. It has greater effect if you rub your fingers on the smooth stones here. And this one you don't even have to have an incantation for, and it does come with a lifetime guarantee, so it will never run out of those calming properties, and it will always give you that zen feeling that you're looking for if you are under a great deal of stress at the time. So this is a very nice item. This one, as you can see, kind of has various shades of purple, green, blue. It's a very beautiful stone on its own. This one is man-made. This has been viewed with a beauty enhancement. So you would just hold on to this and speak an incantation that is provided upon purchase. You would just hold on to this stone, speak your incantation, and have immediate results. The results do wear off after a 12-hour period, but they can be renewed just by re-speaking that incantation. I will also say they do seem to have a lingering effect the longer you use the stone, so it kind of builds up the magical enhancement inside of you so that it lasts longer and the effects are stronger over time. So this is a very interesting tool, but But yes, it will enhance your beauty. You won't look necessarily unlike yourself. You will just look like a much better, more attractive version. It is a very popular item. Yes. I don't entirely approve of these items myself. I think we should be happy with who we are and what we look like, but sometimes you don't have to use it every day. If you just want to use it for special events or something like that, you could do that as well. So there's one more item I will show you. Well, not one more item, but one more stone. This one is, well, it's dual faceted, like the stone itself. As you can see, it has some kind of hidden sparkles here, but the overall effect of the stone is a matte finish. This stone will give you strength and intelligence, and it will enhancements anyway. As you can see, those green veins throughout the stone kind of suggest a connection to earth, to the strength that is inside earthly elements like trees and the ground. This stone will make you incredibly strong, but also quite brilliant. Again, the effects do not last more than, I believe this one is 6 hours, but it might be 12. Although you can re-speak the incantation. This one does have to be renewed every 10 years. So the effects don't last quite as long, and it does have to be renewed. Although very useful and very interesting. Although, as I said, these personal enhancement incantations are somewhat controversial, and I don't necessarily agree with them myself. We may have a storm coming up. I hear those trees rustling outside. Yes. Now, one of our last things. I know you noticed those earrings when you first entered the store. And as you seem quite fascinated by the enchanted jewelry we have on offer, these are, let me get this untwisted. There we go. These are Enchantress Earrings. Whoever wears these will become an enchantress. As you can see, they have stars at the ends of the chains, as well as some beautifully cut out moons and stars around this kind of lantern-shaped top here. And when you put these earrings on, whoever is wearing them will be instantly transformed into a ravishing enchantress. You definitely want these. Like that. Sure. So yes, I would be happy to. You would like to look at these a little bit more closely? Absolutely. I'll be happy to set these aside for you. The detailing is quite beautiful. Yes. I like these myself. Let me see. Is that everything I was thinking? Yes, I believe that is everything for now. We do have one last item I can show you, which is this book. As you can see, it's beautiful on its own. The interesting thing about this book is that we can't figure out how to activate it. The only thing we've been able to figure out with this book is that it is waiting on a very particular individual. We've not been able to activate it. We believe that it does include a map of some kind, whether that's to treasure or something else, we are unsure. That's purely through our research in this item that we've come to that conclusion. Feel free to purchase it to see if you're able to activate it. Yeah, it's otherwise just a lovely journal. Sure. So if you'd like to, you can just kind of browse through the shop. Let me know if you need anything. I'll be right here. And then when you're finished, you can come see if you can activate our treasure map here. Sounds good. And I put aside the items that you're interested in, so you can just let me know at the end of your little shopping excursion what you're interested in purchasing or not purchasing, and we'll get everything wrapped up for you to take back home. Excellent. Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you so much. I'll see you in just a moment. Alright, you too.